Jimmy Muitt started his career at Brighton and Hove Albion. He worked his way through the academy, playing against such top sides as Arsenal at the Amex. He was taught by a number of the managers, including Chris Hughton. Unfortunately, Jimmy's career was halted with an injury, and that meant that he had to move on from Brighton. Well, today, he returns to play against his former club. Welcome to episode 48 of the Jimmy Muitt Challenge. Welcome back to episode 48 of the Jimmy Muitt Challenge. As you can see, we've started the season doing fairly well. We have played Nottingham Forest, a game we drew 1-1 at home. Jimmy Muitt scoring on the first day of the season. So let's check out that goal. I really didn't think that he would score this early in the season, so we hadn't recorded that one. Obviously, we were looking forward to the future as well when you'll see today's game. Generating the match report. This always takes forever on my laptop. I can only apologise. If people continue to support the channel and push it through, then maybe we can look ahead to getting some new software and maybe even a computer to do it on. Played in, Muitt on the half volley. And then they scored a fairly late equaliser. I mean, they had a lot of the play. We went into our next game against Reading. Away from home, we won 4-2. They scored, we scored. We scored again, they scored shortly after. Gary Madine scored. Conor Nash scored on his very, very early in his career. I think it might have been his debut or his second game. And there we sit. That is the league table. So not too shabby at all. Played 2, won 1, drew 1. But today, everything is about Jimmy's return to play his former club, the club where it all started. We are playing Brighton and Hove Albion in the first round of the Carabao Cup. It's a competition that I think that we'll take fairly seriously. We might make a couple of changes here and there. So, this is the squad that we've been playing. I think we will put Maxwell in goal. Jonathan Bond's still got a little bit of an injury, so no point risking him. Apart from that, I think we'll keep everything else as it is. Going into the squad, players that we signed. So, we didn't sign Chris Maxwell. We signed Paddy O'Connor, returns to the club. Sold him last season for 500k, brought him back for 175k. Played 2 games, got a 6.95. Then we signed Keane Harris. Big, tall, can play centre-back or CDM. We'll be looking to play him in that CDM position alongside Christian Parry on loan from Arsenal. We couldn't get Edwards back. For some reason, he didn't fancy it. He can play as a centre-back or a CDM as well. Joe White is going to be our creator. Now, looking at his stats, pretty similar to Chris McCann, who we signed last season on loan. We also got Patrick Benbow on loan from Arsenal. Then we have Jimmy Muitt, Gary Madine. Ryan Schofield we signed from Huddersfield for 175k. And the last player that we signed was Conor Nash, who's also a winger, can play as a cam. And that's the squad that we've got going forward. Now, Joe White, I'm pretty excited about. He's already scored for us in the league, and hopefully he can pick up the mantle. He can take the place from McCann. Who, as you can see, signed He's so much better. It's 2.5 million he's worth. And we just couldn't quite get the deal done. Maybe that's somebody we'll look to sign in the future. Anyway, into today's action. So this is a huge opportunity for Jimmy to finally prove those doubters wrong. He has actually won at the Amex after being released by Brighton Hove Albion when he won the Sussex Senior Cup with Bognor. So if you're a Bognor fan and you're following this channel, you'll have fond memories of that. Into the action, we're playing a 4-2-1-3 pretty much. So it's a 4-3-3 with 2 sitters, Joe White pulling the strings, 2 wingers. Here we go, and we're into the action. What's happened there? Not quite. He's going to switch it out. Oh, we're in trouble here. Joe Willock. Can we get there? Can we block it? He's beaten Butler too easily. It's a scramble, and we've saved it. Maxwell getting a run out. We signed the extra keeper because I was trying to get rid of Maxwell. Unfortunately, nobody really wanted him. So we ended up signing the other goalkeeper, and Jonathan Bond, who would probably play in goal in these cup games, picked up an injury in training. So Chris Maxwell's back in goal. Might have to have a little look at that. I'll have a look and see who's better at saving penalties, if for whatever reason it was to go to penalties. And we are currently struggling a little bit to... has it got the... It hasn't got the... Oh, there's the possession right down the bottom. Excuse me. We've got the overview. So currently, possession-wise, 32%. So I think we'll just drop it slightly and go a little bit more cautious. They have got an injury, actually, and a man on a yellow card. Not that you like seeing that. We've been tasked with getting to the 3rd round of this cup, which is pretty tough going. We'll have to wait and see. So currently 0-0. Jimmy seemed motivated. Of course he did. I think we'll just change this up slightly. Play a slightly lower tempo. Time wastes a little bit. Go more disciplined. Play for set pieces. Might hit some early crosses in. And we will hit our target man at a slower pace. With longer kicks. Let's see if we can get ourselves into the game. Maybe going slightly more direct on that counter-attack. Playing into Jimmy Muitt. And see if we can play off... Sorry, not Jimmy Muitt. Off Gary Maydin. And see if we can get our 2 wingers, Jimmy Muitt and Benbow. Benbow. He's a regen, so it can be whatever you want. In on the ball. In and around the box. They've got a throw in here. Can we win the ball back? Don't let that cross come in easy. It's gone back to proper. We've pressed him through. Got ourselves set here. That number 10 looks a bit dangerous in the middle. Davy Proper on the ball. They're bopping it nicely. Out to Willock on this left-hand side. And he doesn't strike it cleanly, it said there. And we've got a goal kick. They are really piling on the pressure. But we've seemed to have got ourselves back into it somehow. Who's got the ball here? Oh, Maxwell's got the ball. Couldn't see it there. Long ball into Maydin. Jimmy Muitt's on the ball here. Gary Maydin. He strikes it. Benbow. He's crossed it back. Maydin. White. And it's a goal. 1-0 to Blackpool. I'm sure Jimmy Muitt will have celebrated that one. Let's have a look at that. So Maydin shoots. Benbow on the ball. Oh, he just finds it round the corner to Howe. Maydin shoots, which sends the keeper the wrong way. It's deflected to White. He celebrates, and there's Jimmy Muitt. Fist pump in the air. Could we find ourselves in the next round of the cup? Oh, they've got an attacking set piece here. We've cleared it to the edge of the box. Benbow, the winger. Oh, Maydin's been beaten. They've crossed it back post. Oh, and he's just cleared it. Great save by the goalkeeper. Let's make... Oh, I was going to make a couple of changes here. I bet this goes in. Is it Gross? Oh, Gross to score here. Oh, he's just missed. Right, let's make those changes now. We will give Jimmy Muitt his... can we do that? I think we'll bring on Conor Nash there to give Jimmy Muitt his standing ovation from his former club. We'll bring Brad on there and bring him back, and we'll leave the last one in case something mad happens in the last couple of minutes. Can we see this out? We'll make that change now. Token gesture, really. We will bring on Harry Dunning for his debut. Young man, comes through the academy. And hopefully that'll be time. And there it is. Jimmy Muitt. His first opportunity to play in the Championship against Brighton. Obviously, Brighton relegated from the Premier League. We've come up from League One. And our next game is going to be at home. Huge game against Hull. It's not Hull. It's Leeds. We're playing against Leeds. I mean, they're both Yorkshire, but it's definitely Leeds. If you hang fire with us. And we will be right back. And we are back for the game at home against Leeds. I apologise to everyone that I said it was Hull. I got overexcited. In the Carabao Cup, we got filed away from home. So we can have a look and see how they're getting on. They are currently all the way down, second bottom in League Two. So we'd hope to think that we beat them. This will be a huge test today. Obviously, our form's way better than that, but that goes out the window. It's Leeds. They'll bring loads of fans with them. They always sell out their away application, the Leeds fans. Rory Holden's just coming back from an injury, so he's going to be back in training tomorrow, it says. So, yeah. We'll wait and see. Okay, into the action. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. Some recognisable names there. Adam Armstrong. If you've played Football Manager in the past, what a player he used to be. I don't know if he's still that good now. When he was at Newcastle, he used to be able to get him alone, and he was absolutely rapid. But into the dressing room we go. We'll allow Mr. Clint Hill to do our team talk as normal. And he's asked him to do it for the fans. So we shall see. Obviously, two teams that probably didn't expect where they are at the moment. Us being up near the top with a couple of, with a win, and with a draw. Leeds being almost rock bottom. So let's have a look. Possession-wise, it's closer than last time. I don't really care about the table at the moment. Howe with the throw to White. He's tried to find it into Maydean, but he couldn't. He's got it back again. He's found it wide to Muitt. Muitt inside to. Oh, it was inside to Gary Maydean there. Parry back out to Butler. Can we get the cross in? It's in. Ben Bow. What's he done? Oh, he's been tackled. Why didn't he just finish that? That was madness. Okay, corner ball delivered in. Oh, goalkeeper's held it well. Not started badly at all, but as we know in Football Manager, it can go horribly wrong at any point. So, possession's fairly even. We've had the shot on target. So Butler with the throw to absolutely no one. They've pumped it forward. Howe's picked up the ball in the centre of the park. He's tried to play a long ball out to the fullback, I think, there. And we're now playing catch up, trying to get round back on side. Diop over the top to Thierry. Thierry's in, don't foul him. And Parry clears. Right, we've got a set piece. Butler. Oof, we've hit the crossbar, I think, there. Oh, he's offside. A bit hectic at the moment. I think I'll change it down to cautious. Corrick with the cross. Saliba. Jordan. Wide. Goal kick. Can we get into half time 0-0? And back into second half action. I just checked there. That is Saliba, the guy that played for Arsenal. So Arsenal bought him for 27 million, sent him out on loan loads of times, and then sold him for 2.3 million to Leeds. What an absolute steal. His stats look pretty healthy as well. So Rawson on the ball to Howe, to White, our playmaker. Out to Jimmy Muitt. Can Jimmy Muitt beat his man? He does. Played inside to Harris. White. Over the top, Benbow. Maydeen. Harris. Muitt. Playing it round nicely, but can we get that killer pass in? Oh, he's crossed it. Oh, Maydeen's missed from 6 yards out, right underneath the crossbar. Wow. What a chance that was. Second half, right. Does it want to let me do it or not? There we go. We'll push Ben White further forward. We'll bring on Otzuma, see if he can do the job in creating for us. And I think we'll swap that, put Nash over there and play that. Can Jimmy Muitt steal a late goal? Change to positive. They've got a throw in. White, long ball to Maydeen. Holds up the ball well, but he loses out to Saliba. They've played it inside to Matson. Oh, we're in trouble here. Double up on the right hand side. Oh no, that looks like that's going to be a second yellow. It is for Butler. And now it turns into a case of trying to maintain the clean sheet. Park the bus. Can we keep that clean sheet? Don't want to concede late. That's a big loss as well because he's our main left back and our only real left footer. What I was going to say, what has happened there? Can we see it out? Obviously, we had made some changes there to try and win the game. We've got a set piece. Otzuma crosses. Maydeen. He's cleared it. White's just standing still for some reason. We're in trouble. Armstrong. Tackled. White. Cleared. Not very far on the. Not a lot of distance on the clearance. Fofana. Rodriguez. And he shoots just wide. Oh, they've got another set piece. Thierry on the ball. They're letting them come a long way. I think that's because that's how we set up. Oh, and he's missed. Hopefully, last 20 seconds. Just waste the time. Take the draw. What's going on here? Oh, they're taking Saliba off injured. Hopefully that doesn't add too much injury time. And he's throwing it down the line. I don't know if that was to give the ball back or what. Are they going to create another chance here? And that is that, a 0-0 draw. So our first clean sheet in this league. We'll probably play a couple of games and then we'll be back for episode 49. Remember, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next episode.